This is for Bill. We're just covering Beng Chuan tonight. I think this is like the fourth time we've tried to make this video. I didn't have my sound on for some reason. Beng Chuan is the third of the 5 elements as far as we teach them, but I think it's one of the simplest. So I do like to start leading off with it because it kind of gives people an understanding of whole body movement, your bufa, shenfa, and your shofa. So anyways, we're going to cover the 3 external parts of the 6 harmonies. You can't really cover the internal aspects of the 6 harmonies over video, so I'm just going to do what I can to show the external parts. So we'll start from our santi. Everyone's got santi. It's basically all the same. Now, to start this movement, when my foot turns out 45, my hand curls. Okay? Now, the reason for that is I'm starting to move into my midpoint, and the midpoint of all the elements is where you're contracted. It doesn't have to be a real forced contraction, but you do want to contract and then expand. All good whole body movements have that. The midpoint contracts and then expands back out. At least in Xingyi, at least. I can't speak for everyone. So when my foot turns, my hand turns out. Okay. And then I start to slide over. Here's my midpoint. Then I step. Now that's working on the soft side of it, which is fantastic for working your timing, all your details, your perfectionism. You have to have this. You can't just start hammering out big hard fist and expect to get it right. So the points that we're going to work on with the softer version of it is your hands move together. They start together, they stop together. Okay? And your foot does the same thing, but it's easier to have your foot land at the same time because a lot of people start off with their hands and feet moving at different speeds and it really throws them off. So it's a little bit different way of looking at it, but if you just make your foot land at the same time your hand hits, it'll be timed up with the rest of your body. It's just a simple little trick. So coil. So, important points, you never want to lean too far or curl over. The reason is this is a vertical rotation movement. It's the simplest way to generate power, rotating around your spine. It's also the most efficient, which is why it's one of the elements. So if I was leaning, I really wouldn't get, I know that looks kind of goofy, but that was the point. You wouldn't get it right. So you have to keep the back straight. Notice that gives you more range of motion, lets you flow a little bit better, and that's one of the signs that you're doing it right, is if you can flow naturally and easily when you're doing it softly. So, we're here, hands, everything moving together. Okay? There are other versions of it. Some people have the feet reversed. Okay? Other people do half step, which is pretty common. And they're all correct because they all work off of this vertical rotation. It's really the key to Beng Chuan. Another key thing you really want to work on is when this hand turns, it has to stay about sternum level. Okay? If the hand comes up, then this hand has to come over and knock, which puts the emphasis here on your arm, a lot on your triceps and your biceps, to hit with, almost like a hammer fist, rather than the arm just being an extension of the shoulder, which is an extension of the back. Here. So that's the soft version. I'm going to try and do it a little bit harder. It's kind of been a long day. I don't want to slip and knock myself out, because this is going on YouTube, and that would just embarrass me. So. And that's the opposite of, obviously, of the soft version. A lot of people would say, well, that's not real Xingyi. Well, real Xingyi is holistic, it's whole. You practice both, and then you find the medium that's right for you. If you only practice it one way, that's all you'll ever have. So if I just go really hard and heavy, it'll start looking like karate because I'm not working with any of the harmonies. I'm not learning the perfectionist details. detail that comes with the internal martial arts. Also, on the other hand, and I don't want to offend anybody, if we're only doing this is not combat effective at all. That won't stop or hurt anybody. It won't prove that the internal martial arts are good. I think both practice methods are necessary, although the hard one is definitely a bit more lacking. But I hope that people can kind of maybe take something from this and help their practice. But anyway, thank you very much and have a great day.